and welcome back, folks, to more Persona 5 Royale. Last time we played, we beat the game, or did we? Something strange is going on, and we're here to find out with Yoshizawa and Akeshi, of all people. Undershirt that absorbs the blood of enemies. Oh, okay, calm down. Give him a good accessory here. Diorama might be good, actually. Noblesse. Hammer strap. And Kasumi, same thing. I'll actually give her high counter.
Let's do it.
Camera strap works when we ambush someone. It's a cool elevator.
We found a treasure.
Oh, heal charm? What does that do? Full heal. Well, this place feels different than it did last time. That was a few months ago, wasn't it? There could have been a change of heart since then. You remember how far you went in last time? I think it was just beyond that door. That's where Senpai came to help me. I see, so you're only familiar with the area close to the entrance. Let's keep going.
Let us depart.
You must be so happy.
Apparently, anyone who comes here can become happy. I wonder if that's really true, although everyone here seems to be having fun. Happiness for everyone, huh? Maybe it can really happen. Maybe even I can get a better life. It's actually pretty solid. Pretty suspicious. What's going on here? There's so many people here. It's definitely different from the last time. Welcome and thank you for coming, patients. You will be guided to one of our specialty care facilities according to your individual desires. We will assist each and every one of you. Rest assured, everyone can be happy. Should you have any questions about the facilities, feel free to bring them to our staff members nearby. What a strange announcement. Become happy. What kind of place is this? A little
Somewhere.
weird.
I'm getting all misty.
I wish for daily streams. Now that really is a dream. What level is Kasumi? 35.
Those geysers. You aren't among those who desire salvation.
Take us to your ruler. We have business here.
Leave. You are unwanted intruders. Do not disturb our Lord's research. This world's salvation.
The language of a shadow is a hint into its ruler's ideology. This one sounds rather cultish, for example. Sorry, but we're going to pass through there now. We don't have the time to waste on peons like yourself.
Peons?
Why do you willingly strive for self-suffering? Why are you reaching out to your own pain?
Yoshizawa-san, you can do this, right?
Yes. Ready whenever.
It'll be too much trouble to go about this haphazardly. I'll provide the support.
2?
Look at this scum pile up. Fine by me. Time for a bloodbath.
Keshi, chill, bro. Chill. I hate.
It's been quite a while. Nothing gets me quite as excited as this.
Akechi-san.
Now, time to obliterate them.
All right.
Persona!
Oh, he's got debilitate.
That should do.
He's one of us.
Persona! Izanagi no Okami Pikaro!
Okay.
I think we handled that rather well, didn't we? Especially considering the last-minute arrangement of our team and all.
Don't use that persona. You want me to use Lucifer instead, level 99?
Yes. So that shadow, it said something about research. And also something about pain.
It mentioned salvation as well. All this seems to indicate that the palace's ruler is not in his or her right mind. Oh?
Keycard.
I seem to have found a map to this place. Let's make good use of it.
So I've only shared pleasantries with Akechi-san. Would you say this is how he normally is? Like a ruthless sort of person?
Just everyday Akeshi.
I see.
What say we save the idle chatter for later and keep moving?
Yeah, I want to kill people.
Unless teaming up with a ruthless sort of person is too much for you to handle.
Looks like we're busted.
Akeshi's lines are the best. You miss out on them if you just obliterate your enemies. Well, I mean, I can sandbag, but... Aren't you gonna go get examined? I'm on my way right now. I'm so excited.
Show me your true form!
Pathetic trash. They didn't see us at all. These pipsqueaks can't tolerate blast attacks. This enemy is a sad little weakling. Let's put it out of its misery.
Dance, Persona! Show them, Sondrion!
Good! One got knocked out.
It's all
Keep it
you.
going. Nice to see someone getting more power because of the baton pass. Okay. Hardly a challenge.
I mean, we're still killing them in one shot, though.
Okay. Huh. It seems they were not a very formidable opponent.
Chill, Akeshi, jeez. Going full psycho on us.
The cognitive effects are weakening. There may be a safe room nearby. It's a safe room. Shall we take a rest?
Let's do it.
Now,
Lucky
depart.
overleveled. What do you mean? That played the game normally and didn't even grind.
Show me your true form.
That reminds me, I grinded in Front Mission 5 last night. Did some arena because we ran out of money,
Persona!
and now we have a lot of money.
Persona! Sandrion!
Crush them!
Hey there, deformed lion god. Join me. Who are you? You're Chimera. Chimera. I thought he was a new guy.
So, that mask any good?
Okay.
I mean, we got to hear his line when we got a new persona, though, so.
What?
That voice. Look. No way.
Dad?
Everyone will be arriving soon. Mom, Grandma. Yes, she'll be here too. I'm sure she'll be here once she's able to calm down. Why? Why?
Dad? Why?
That was your father in the video just now, wasn't it, Yoshizawa-san? And the one he was speaking to.
Sumire, my younger sister. Sumire Yoshizawa. I mentioned to you that I've lost a family member, right? But how was this video?
Get out of my mind, Liquid! What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I don't know what's been wrong with me lately. I've been getting this feeling like I need to remember something, but at the same time, I oughtn't remember it.
Is she gonna get a bigger persona? Persona version 2?
Can you still walk, Yoshizawa-san? Whatever it is that's happening, we have to keep going if we hope to learn more about it.
Yes, I'm all right. Let's go.
Hey. When was it that you said you became acquainted with Yoshizawa-san?
After transferring here.
I see. Anyway, let's move out. I suspect we still have a long way to go.
What's that supposed to mean? Hold up, what is that supposed to mean? Is Yoshizawa a ghost? She never really existed. Wait, what if she's the sister and Yoshizawa actually died? And she's just living her life as the sister.
This place is enormous. What could this room be?
You seem to be in pain again. Are you all right?
Akeshi just does not care.
I'm fine.
This is so dumb I can see it.
It's just that I can't stop thinking about that video we saw earlier.
You mean the one about Sumire-san?
Yes. Let's keep pushing. I need to find out why that was shown to me.
Should become a writer for the Yakuza games. I would if I could. You mean the Like a Dragon games, though? I don't know what the Yakuza games are.
You were misguided. Do not search for pain. Only tragedy awaits you beyond here.
A newcomer.
All these warnings of pain and tragedy. Who is your ruler? Why do you all think you know so much about me? If you won't give me an answer, then I'll just force my way through.
Hey. She's going nuts.
Stop rushing into things. Just calm down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is it. Time your attacks with mine.
Right.
Sorry, I can't attack. I'm not allowed.
Persona! This is my soul. It's no good.
Brute force won't do anything here. They're resistant to physical attacks. Manifest! Lucky bastard.
How did they...
Shizawa-san fell down. Come on, we gotta be more careful than this. Yoshizawa-san! Wasn't anyone paying attention to her? Come!
Were you?
Persona!
Is Chimera a new persona? A new persona? Her homie.
Lucifer! Fear my power! Persona! Come on! Come! Alright,
Can attack.
Persona! He's alert. Come on.
You can status them? I don't have a status attack though.
Let's go. I'll break them. He's alert.
Brr. I think we had like a little crappy revive. There we go. You have no healing? No.
Thank you.
Healing is for people who die.
How about this?
Fear my power.
Such a fool, rejecting our Lord's mercy. In that case, witness it for yourself.
Now what?
Oh wow, the crowd is going wild. Their cheers are shaking the stadium to welcome a new heroine to the world of competitive gymnastics.
Huh?
Kasumi?
Your performance exceeded anything seen before in the junior class. It was absolutely stunning. But you'll be entering high school soon. Will that impact your career in gymnastics? Oh, I have no intentions of stopping. It's my dream to compete and win at the international level. How wonderful. One last question. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out while you have the chance? My younger sister. She should be here in the stadium.
What?
Oh, there she is. Sumire.
What?
Sumire, I did it!
I was right.
Both of us have the same dream, to be international champions.
I was actually right.
Let's make it come true, Sumire. Together!
Stop it!
Yoshizawa-san, you're...
You're not me.
I really hope this helped you understand.
a man's voice.
Dr. J.
If you keep pushing on like this, you're going to find nothing but heartache. Please, won't you stop fighting this and just return to the current reality?
Nothing but heartache, huh? I don't understand what you're saying, but I have no intention of leaving now.
We are in agreement there. We also refuse to do as you say. Now why don't you drop the big voice behind the curtain act and face us directly?
As you wish. Head on down. I'll meet you there.
He agreed to that much more readily than I expected. Perhaps the palace's ruler really will make his appearance.
Kasumi, are you okay?
Thanks for your concern,
Fooled me.
but I'm fine, really. Let's go.
Kasumi Yoshizawa, eh?
Show me your true form.
We've got them surrounded.
Sona. All right.
Good! One got knocked down.
Good.
It's all you.
Next! Persona!
I thought it was AoE.
Persona! Manifest! I love it!
Chill, dog. We're the good
Alright.
guys, right?
Excellent technique, Joker.
I didn't do anything.
Is he this palace's...
Who could it be?
It's been quite a while, hasn't it?
Dr. Maruki?
Dr. J.
Glad to see you're all doing well. I pretty much figured that you would end up infiltrating this place. Truth be told, this isn't how I was hoping we would meet again.
Dr. Maruki, you're the ruler of this palace?
He slicked his hair back. He needed more power.
Palace?
A place where distorted desires manifest. We're asking if you're the source of the desires here.
Ah, I see. Well, to use your own words, yes, I am this palace's ruler.
Wait a minute. He doesn't have yellow eyes.
But in my case, it seems a tad different from the ones you've seen.
He's no shadow.
Would we also be correct in believing that you're involved in the abnormalities outside the palace as well?
Yes, you would. Do you like the reality I created for you?
You created it?
That's right. I've gained the power to alter reality, to make it whatever the people wish for.
Change it back. I didn't wish for this. That can't be.
Well, I definitely understand how this could be hard to grasp. At any rate, our cruel and unforgiving reality is going to change. And that includes Yoshizawa-san's awful past, too.
My past? Dr. Maruki? What do you mean? What's happened to me?
Yoshizawa, keep up, please. Everyone knows.
All right. I had honestly hoped that all those warnings you were given would change your minds. But if it's your true desire, then I want you to recall who you really are. And I want you two to learn as well. Once you have, you'll need to choose between the two realities. The merciless one, or the one I've formed.
That's...
Anime.
Today was brutal, huh? Oh. Feeling okay? It's not that. Why am I doing so bad? I keep messing up my routine. Your growth spurts just changed your eye level. You'll get used to it. Look, you're as tall as I am now. We practice the same amount. But you are the one who always gets first place. I can't catch up to you, Kasumi. You know why? Because it's my right as the elder sister. We're in the same grade, though. Oh, don't be so down. We'll reach the top of the world together. That's our dream, right? You don't get it. Huh? You'll never understand how I feel. What? Kasumi, if I were like you, things would be so much better. Hey, wait up! Kasumi's the one that people want. Look where you're going! The light's red! Hey! The talented one who can reach the top of the world. Sumire, stop! Listen to me! Sumire! What? Kasumi.
She lost her persona. She wasn't white bread all along. She was fake white bread.
Seems you remembered.
That's right. I'm...
Kasumi?
Kasumi? No, that's not right. I'm not Kasumi.
The girl named Kasumi Yoshizawa is currently deceased.
It was last spring, before I started at Shujin. We were walking home from practice. It happened right there, on that street in the video. I wasn't looking where I was going. And Kasumi, she protected me from the car. I was saved by Kasumi. I robbed her of her dreams, and even her life.
I guess I'm surrounded by murderers here.
I'm her younger sister, Sumire Yoshizawa.
I'll take over from here. After all, I do play a part in this story. Her real name is Sumire Yoshizawa. She's Kasumi-san's younger sister, but for months now, she's only seen herself as being Kasumi Yoshizawa, her deceased elder sister. Of course, it was only her cognition of herself that changed, so to the people around her, she was still Sumire-san. For some reason, though, there were a few rare exceptions to this. Did something happen to make you believe she was Kasumi-san?
How does this make any sense?
It appears you were clueless, but she was Sumire Yoshizawa from the start.
We picked crazy.
However, when we watched that other video, she gave her name as Kasumi Yoshizawa. Considering such an odd claim, I'd actually suspected for a moment that she was the palace ruler.
After Kasumi died, but before I started at Shujin, I received counseling from Dr. Maruki. That was when I told him.
Yeah, everyone called her Yoshizawa. Everyone knew but us.
If Kasumi is gone and can't make her dream come true, then I want to become Kasumi, so I can turn her dream into reality for her.
She's Little Caesar's crazy bread. I will call her that. Yoshizawa the crazy bread.
So that's why you meddled with her cognition? For her own wishes?
That's right.
Haruki! Son of a bitch!
Limited as it was, I already had the power at the time to actualize her wish. Put yourselves in her shoes for a moment. Sumire-san's older sister died from protecting her. Imagine surviving such a dismal tragedy. Who would be able to cope with that survivor's guilt, let alone heal from the emotional scarring that she's suffered? If Sumire-san can live a healthy, positive life by becoming Kasumi-san,
That's not right!
then I believe that reality is what would make her happy.
This is literally Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
I've had enough of your high and mighty rationalization. All you really did was use her to try and make everyone acknowledge the validity of your research.
So that's how you see things, huh? That's quite unfortunate. Of course I wanted society to acknowledge cognitive science through my research. But that's because my goal is to save everyone in the world like Yoshizawa-san by ending all suffering. My work will convert the wishes of the people into reality.
Akeshi's mauling right now because he's like, suffering? I love that!
Even as we speak, my research is coming to fruition. No one will ever have to suffer again under the yoke of an unfair world. This palace, you called it? It's a place where its rulers' desires take physical form, yes? I wish to utilize my research to save humanity. I suppose that would be the desire I hold dearest.
What total nonsense.
You could very well be right. Still, I'm entirely serious about changing our imperfect reality. Just as she was saved by becoming Kasumi, I'll save every other person in the world currently suffering. In fact, it's my responsibility to do so. You can see how this world's bestowed the duty upon me.
What happens to the old reality?
I don't know for certain. It'll most likely be treated as if it never existed.
You know, Fate Grand Order had the same plotline.
The cruel reality will cease to be, and the reality I generate will be the sole world recognized by society.
And you assume we'll buy into your brainwashing and just live in the palm of your hand.
Well, the fact that, you know, they want to make a new timeline and erase the old timeline. Yeah, the Lost Belts. Yeah, it's basically that.
Honestly, that sounds absolutely revolting.
Alright, so that's your answer, Akechi-kun. How about the others? Yoshizawa-san. Allow me to ask you yet again, which reality is it that you wish to inhabit?
Huh?
If you so desire, you can return to your life as Sumire. But if you'd rather continue your life as Kasumi, I can grant that wish for you as well.
Dr. Maruki...
Don't be manipulated. Believe in your fate. In your faith. Believe in yourself.
It's impossible.
Can't believe we wanted to date someone so weak.
I'm sorry, Senpai. I can't go back to being her. I can't be the one who led her sister to her death.
Please don't judge her. This is just evidence of how painful life is for her. You two sensed doubts forming in the reality I manifested. That's what brought you here. But please, remember this as well. You two aren't excluded from the people that I wish to save. Come now. Won't you accept my reality for your own happiness?
I'll find my own happiness.
No deal so far, huh?
No deal, Howie.
What do you think you're doing with her?
I won't harm her. It's in her best interest that you turn back. You've made clear that you reject the reality she desires. The reality where she lives as Kasumi Yoshizawa.
This is wrong!
It saddens me when you speak that way. Don't you understand? You deny her wishes when you say such things.
Why is every
wishes,
single
huh?
game a porn game?
This isn't just for her. I'm doing all of this for yourselves as well. I honestly do want to come to terms with you. We should talk. Think about it. You both have dreams, no? I have the power to make them come true. My reality can become just the way you like.
Total waste of my time.
A shame, but I understand.
Well then, we just have to resort to force now, don't we?
Keshi's.
Violence is not my thing.
What
I agree,
happens?
though. It seems we're out of options here.
The monster forms. It's Dekarabia. What do we do? Can we really fight our homie?
Time to fight. Are you ready? Keep up and don't embarrass me. disgusting. We're not here to listen to your bullshit.
Takeshi, Jack.
You thought that would hit me.
I don't give a shit what you have to say.
I'll break them.
It's literally Jack Chaos.
No good. Persona! Lucifer!
You insect.
Fear my power. Manifest! Persona! All right. Persona! Persona! This one. Nice timing. You thought that would hit me? Fear my power. It's time. This isn't it. No time for thanks.
Nope. Gonna have to debilitate.
You thought that would hit me? You thought that would hit me?
Might as well kill him.
Go down.
Oh, I'm gonna kill him.
No.
No.
Such pathetic attempts won't be enough.
No. Full heal.
This spree just won't go down.
No mercy.
We're about to lose a...
Accept his mercy. Give yourselves over to him.
Would you just quit running your mouth already? Joker, I'm going to shut that thing up. Give me a hand. He'll die.
Showtime. What a Keshi?
Not bad for an improvised technique.
He's like, damn. That guy's crazy. He's got more problems than
So we
Kasumi.
continue this. I'm fairly certain any further negotiating is pointless.
That seems to be the case, unfortunately. But first, I have an idea. Rather than explain it with words, I'd like you to actually see this new reality with your own eyes. I know that your friends are already enjoying it.
Hand her over. Let us help her.
That I cannot do. As I said before, she wishes to live in the reality where she is Kasumi. There's no way I can hand her over to you with matters as they currently are. I already told you that I won't harm her, and I'll swear by it. Don't worry about her. Go. Look at the reality I've created for you all. Once you've seen the results, I know you'll realize which future is best.
You think we'll just obey your orders?
I apologize, but you really are going through with this, even if it's by force. We'll meet again 1 week from today, January 9th.
We got red balled again.
I genuinely pray that you'll change your mind by then.
He got away. We shouldn't chase him too far. Let's say we head back for now.
What about Yoshizawa?
I had spent all that time investigating the people around you so I could set you up. To think, Takuto Maruki of all people would be the mastermind behind this absurd situation. And he happens to be warping the very fabric of reality while ranting about making everyone's dreams come true. Talk about incomprehensible motives. I can't even wrap my head around such intentions. At any rate, we need to figure out our next steps.
We gotta save her.
Don't you think it'd basically be suicide to try and save her in our current state? We need intel first. If we're going to stand up to him, we have to know more than nothing. I'll do some investigating on my own. I hate that we have to do what he says, but Maruki told us we have to wait until January 9th. Let's meet up here next week. Although I imagine both our lives will be very different if you choose to live in this reality as your friends have been.
Takeshi says, having no friends. Welcome home. You sure were out late. It's me. I discovered something that I thought I should tell you right away. Called Yoshizawa-san's house to see what I'd learn. They believe they've been at training camp since yesterday. They believe she's been at training camp since yesterday. To think Maruki really is changing our physical reality as he sees fit. It's unbelievable. In all honesty, I agree. Unfortunately, it's the truth of the matter. Even the great phantom thieves you're so proud of fell in line with this scheme. You're going to see if you can change their minds, aren't you? Well, fine. Suppose we can use the manpower. You can actually bring them to their senses, that is. That's wholly dependent on whether or not they're capable of leaving the reality they supposedly wished for. I'll focus on investigating Maruki further. You do what you need to do. Got it. Well, I'll reach out to you should anything come up. Good night. Was that Akeshi? You two seem to be getting along well lately. Hey, so I was thinking, why don't us phantom thieves all go to a hot spring together sometime? And Lady Anne and I can How's that sound? Perfect, right? We should ask the rest of the gang soon. Rather than explain it with words, I'd like you to actually see this new reality with your own eyes. I know that your friends are already enjoying it, Niab. It seems this reality is the one that Morgana wished for. Alright, we should hit the hay for today. The bed may be a tad too cozy for the both of us. Oh well, I'll just start sleeping on the sofa instead. You're one handsome guy. Are you happy? Isn't this the plot to... That's what I said! It's the plot to Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Huh? What does that have to do with anything? I mean, I appreciate the compliment. We used to sleep together. Yeah, I can still remember how much you hated when I curl up on top of you. Wait, curl up on top? That doesn't seem right. I got captured in Kamoshida's palace, and that's when I met you guys. When we'd go to Mementos, I'd transform into a... Keep thinking it through. Okay. I got to be useful for humans that I admired so much. Nothing could make me happier. Wait, what? Sorry, I'm gonna go out and do some thinking for a bit. You should get some sleep. Seems all I can do is wait as I destroy dreams. We're gonna destroy so many dreams. Oh, like Futaba losing her mom? Won't that be fun, guys? Maruki said that your friends are already enjoying it. I should go see them. I mean, Ryuji's the one that, like, the least, like, oh, the track team. Okay, that's it. I mean, to be fair, though, it was his dream. I don't know. Yeah, Haru, Futaba, that's gonna be rough. Where is everyone? What about Yusuke? Check up on the homies.
This is Yogen Jaya. Shibuya. This is Shibuya.
You know, I've never actually traveled through this. Always fast traveled. Yeah, Anne wants to be a top model. No, Anne was Shiho.
It's all anyone talks about now.
For real?
Oh my god, you did it, Shiho. I knew you could. It's all thanks to you supporting me, Anne. I really appreciate it. Ah, I'm not the one who deserves the credit. You kept up your best effort, and now you're finally being recognized.
Huh?
Chat, I can't believe it. Over here. Talk about a coincidence. It's been a while since the last time you saw Shiho, right? Long time no see. Do you remember me? How you've been?
Yeah.
I've been well. Thanks for asking. I'm surprised you remembered, though. We didn't even get to talk all that much since I transferred to another school so early in the semester. Oh, no. Of course he remembers you. He has to remember. What with all the bragging I've told him about how amazing my BFF is at volleyball. Oh, Anne. Sorry you have to put up with all that, Niob. Shiho was the MVP at the big meet the other day, too. Not only was she in the starting lineup, she scored more points than anybody else. No wonder she's the star of the team. I'm so proud of you, Shiho. Oh,
Jeez.
oh. I too much. The joy of them. The two of them are beaming with joy. Seems this reality is the one that ends. It's kind of sweet that her dream is that her best friend never experienced the trauma. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Shiho's coming back to our school. Everyone in volleyball knows that Shujin's the top school when it comes to the sport. That's how I was able to convince my parents to let me transfer back after more than a little begging. I was so sad when she transferred for her parents' jobs, but all's well that ends well. I feel like everything's just perfect. Is it everything you wished for? Are you happy with Shiho now? I think too. Huh? What I wished for? I guess you could say so. Do you prefer things this way? Any doubts about it? Yeah, I think Kamoshida just never did what he did. What do you mean, any doubts? Well, I know I don't. I spent so much time worrying over everything now that I've... Wait. What?
But...
Something is... I remember being so cornered that I wanted to die, but then I met everyone and... I'll be waiting for you. Like some kind of special agent. I'll be waiting on the rooftop. What is that? Shiho's still alive, even after all the things that made her want to die. You have no right to run from this.
Huh?
I just... Man, what's wrong? Are you okay? I'm fine. I think I'm just feeling a bit tired. Why don't we go find some place to sit and relax for a bit?
Sorry.
Sorry, Chad. I'll call you later.
Bye.
See ya, Niab. See ya, Shiho. So all I can do is wait. Okay, so I guess we'll mind break everyone at a time. And seemed happy with Shiho, who's able to continue playing volleyball. But is that truly how things should be? I should check up on the other members tomorrow. Let's ruin lives. Tags mind break. Let's go. Morgana's here. Hey, Morgana.
Hey.
Looking for
You have a
someone?
minute?
Haru. Oh. Yeah, Haru. She went to inspect the new location with the president. I'm sure she sure looked happy for doing a bunch of busy work. Is that all you need? I kind of need to be alone right
I should
now.
write something.
Tags mind break wholesome corruption. Yeah, I think you got it.
Shibuya. This is Shibuya.
Wait, can I quick move? I can't quick move. Oh, damn. I gotta actually figure out how this freaking station works.
Wait. I'm so bummed.
Phased through grandma. Hey, guy. Hey, don't you think something's kind of off about this town? Everyone looks so happy out of it all of a sudden. What in the world's going on? It's almost creepy. How come homeless man never doesn't have a dream? Oh no. Based homeless man.
That's no good.
No time for detours. Gotta talk to everyone. Okay. Oh, hey, Haru's there. Hey, Haru. And your dad's here? Oh, isn't that precious? The amount of pedestrian traffic here is well within our threshold. This would make a fine location for a new store. I like the beret, though.
Yes.
Looks like a slime on her head. The research says this community is most interested in high-quality ingredients and a modern store design. Perhaps this location should focus on a more organic produce and simple but elegant interior.
My.
Oh, chat, I didn't expect to run into you here. What you up to? What are you talking about? I'm helping out my dad today. Oh, your dad. Cool. Ugh. Oh, we're here to inspect the potential site for a new company store. Oh, is this a friend of yours? Yes, he's been a wonderful friend to me. He's an underclassman at my school. Oh, to think you'd have a male friend, Haru. Or are you truly just friends?
Wait.
Jeez, father. Don't jump to conclusions like that. Haha, calm down, Haru. I was merely teasing. But still, for such a man to appear in your life, make sure you tell me right away, understand? Oh, father, is that jealousy I'm detecting? Haru and her father are enjoying each other's company. It seems this reality is the one that Haru wished for. It's been quite some time since I last saw Haru like this. You must truly be a wonderful friend for her. Please keep being as good to her as you have been. After all, my daughter's happiness is my own happiness. Father. Would you care to do something together, chat? If you have a bit of free time, we could grab a coffee or something. Oh, no. He's a great father, isn't he? How's business?
Thank you.
Yes, he is, thank you. Although he can be a bit overprotective at times. But he's honest and caring. He really is my ideal father. Has your dream come true? What will you do next? My dream? Oh no, I wouldn't call my life anything so drastic. After all, I've been so busy lately that I can barely handle what's on my plate, so... Wait, I'll be waiting. I know you'll get through this. Oh, okay. What happiness can be found through profit gained by crushing the hearts of others?
Excuse me?
What? Not just now, that was... Haru, what's the matter? You're such a bad person. Nothing, father, nothing really. You must be getting exhausted after all this surveying. Why don't we take a break somewhere? My apologies for cutting this short. I do hope we have the chance to speak more in the future. Until next time. Imagine, like, you're just chilling, you know, playing some video games, and someone shows up, tells you a few things, and you're like, wait a second, and then your reality shatters. You were homeless man all along. Look at that. Look at that face. Does that look like a face of mercy? Haru seemed happy being able to talk to her father without fear. But is this truly how things should be? Yeah, Haru and Futaba is gonna be the worst by far.
Hey, you have a minute?
Ryuji? Let's go see Ryuji. Hey, buddy! Remember your dreams with the track team and all that? Yeah! About that!
Shibuya. This is Shibuya.
We spent 30 minutes with him and we're already like this. Good old Takeshi.
Exactly.
Like two peas in a pod.
I'm so pumped.
How delightful.
Let's be a psycho. Oh, we can't be a psycho.
I'm so pumped.
There's someone else here. Hey, the singer. It's especially cold this winter. I can't perform as well with when my fingers are numb. Tokyo's so cold thanks to this cold snap that it feels like I'm back in my hometown. Even amidst all this hardship, I'm gonna become a rock star this year. This one's for you guys. Ignite Studio Bedroom Heaven's Gate. Frozen pupils watch the stars so bright, concrete icicles rise up in the night. The chill in the air makes you feel weak. Reach out your hands and seek out the heat. The dancing angels cause a soul ascension. This is a carbon monoxide intox. No, this is getting too real. This is getting too real. Am I in a dream right now? This is a carbon monoxide intoxication. Studio bedroom becomes heaven's gate. If you want to live, let your air ventilate. Are we in Canada right now?
Sweet.
It's time to wake up.
I hope I can do it.
Oh, he's hanging out with his bros. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, you got scouted by that college?
Whoa!
Pipe down, stupid. It's not for sure or nothing yet. Anyway, I'm just saying the school's gotten word of something like that. Still, that rules. You even made it onto the podium at nationals too. I was worried about what would happen after you screwed up your knee, but I'm glad you were able to bounce back.
No way, man.
You're jumping the gun with this. I'm just trying my best so I don't get laughed off the team by you guys. Ryuji is laughing happily with the other members of the track team. Seems this reality is the one that Ryuji wished for. He just wanted to be accepted by his peers. It's time to ruin that! Hey chat, what are you doing here? It's winter break. Oh, maybe he stopped by to congratulate you too. Man, someone sure is popular. Is there anywhere you want to go eat after practice? It's our treat today. And he's eating for free? You know it's a dream. Oh, that's nice of you guys. How about an extra large beef bowl and some pork miso soup? Hey, why don't you come with us, chat? Happy you can run now? Enjoying the return to track? What do we say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, but what do you mean? I mean, it's just what I like doing, you know? I get all down when I'm not running. So your leg's fine now.
Hey.
My leg? Oh, you're worried about me. It's totally fine, dude. No problems there since the injury a while back. And that was actually Kamoshida's fault, so... Wait. What? Ain't something wrong here? How do we know each other anyhow? First we met in front of the station by the school, then... Keep thinking, man.
Huh?
Sure. It's now or never. Here goes.
Whoa!
Oh, what the hell was that? You okay, Sakamoto? Yeah, what happened to you guys at the station? Nothing.
See ya.
Sorry, I gotta get back to practice. See ya. I like how we're destroying dreams. So we gotta do Makoto and Futaba. That's the two we... Oh, and Yusuke. Yeah, Futaba's probably gonna be last, and it's probably gonna be rough. That face. Ryuji seemed sincerely happy about being able to run with his fellow track team. But is this truly how things should be? I should check up on the other members tomorrow. I mean, in a certain way, you know, Futaba's dream is also Sojiro's dream. Because, you know, he did like Wakaba as well.
Hey, you have a
Someone.
minute?
Yusuke? Oh, no. A boy.
Shibuya.
Exactly.
He's right. Is it him? Makoto. Now we gotta go. Oh, we can check up on Makoto. Ah, chat. What a coincidence. We're doing Makoto then. We're just doing a little bit of shopping. Oh no. But soon we're gonna celebrate our dad receiving the Superintendent General Award. Your dad? Oh, nice. Come on, Makoto. You don't need to raise your voice over it. Remember Dad telling you earlier just to act like it's no big deal? I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I'm just so thrilled for him. It's like he's finally getting the recognition that he deserves.
You're correct.
Well, I do feel the same way. So what groceries do we need to pick up before we head home? I wonder what Dad would like me to cook. I made eggplant miso soup for your birthday. And you had fried mackerel on yours, right? I can still remember how you pestered Dad about it until he cooked it for you.
Hey!
Sis? I didn't pester him. He asked me what I wanted to eat for my birthday. The two of them are beaming with joy. Time to ruin that. Seems this reality is the one that Makoto wished for.
That reminds me.
That reminds me, chat. What brings you out here? Sorry to keep you like this, by the way. I came to see you. Me? Is something the matter? Enjoying the family time. Well, yeah, of course. You and Say getting along? Has your dad been supportive? Oh, no. Dad, of course. He's done such a great job as a single parent and...
No, but...
Wait. Something's wrong. Mom died, so Dad raised us alone, and Sis... Close. Wait, what are you saying? But I'll be okay. I finally found a place where I belong. I just... Makoto, what's wrong? No, I'm nothing. Sorry, chat. Oh, yeah, we got some shopping to do. I'll see you later.
I'm sorry.
The seeds have been planted. I take a vacation every year. My family goes with me, of course. To go back home. So you're off to fulfill all your dreams. School, it's really fun. I've made some friends too. Didn't that store go out of business? I guess not. We don't have great sales, but it's fine for me. The Ruiner.
I'll just add this.
Hey, you have a minute?
Futaba, she's out shopping with the chief in Wakaba. Hunting for games in Akihabara. Oh, they look like a happy family. Hey, Chad, have I always... never mind. You know what would be fun, guys? Let's go ruin another family. How about we do that? Am I right?
Shibuya. This is Shibuya.
Going up. Akihabara. Let's go. Though we could also go see Yusuke in Ueno. You want to do Ueno, or do we want us to go ruin Futaba? Oh, there's the palace. I can see Yusuke in the distance. He seems to be viewing a painting. What should I do? Speak then.
What a coincidence.
Ah, you came too, chat. I was just thinking about contacting you. Take a look. My mother's painting. Oh. My mother's painting is finally receiving the public attention it deserves. It's on display for this week only. I'm glad we have this chance to view it together. I'm truly blessed. I've waited so long to see this painting here. My drive to create a masterpiece of this caliber grows stronger every day. But thanks to my sensei's patronage, each day also brings me closer to painting such impactful work. Nothing in the world could make me happier than I am at this moment. Oh no. You're who?
Indeed.
Why, my sensei, of course, Madarame. Even after Mother's passing, Sensei never stopped advocating her work to the public. Not only that, he took me in and cared for me when I lost my only family. I truly can't thank him enough. Yusuke is so happy. It seems this reality is the one that Yusuke wished for. I just had a wonderful idea. Why don't you come and join us for dinner? Sensei has been very interested in meeting you. Don't worry, he'll even pay for the meal. Oh my god, you know it's a dream. Is Madarame a good sensei?
Yes.
Yes, I'd say so, but what's this about, so out of the blue? The Sayuri looks great there. Where else could that be? The Sayuri? That's not the painting's name. Now wait, that seems... something's not right. I'll be waiting for you. What's this? Could I be making the same mistakes as I did before? To think this painting was the source of Madarame's distorted desires. The only saving grace is that my mother won't know of what transpired. Jedi.
My apologies.
Actually, sorry, but I'd like to be alone for now. Sorry we had to break your dream there, Yusuke, our drip brother. And now, the hardest one. Yusuke seemed happy about his mother's work, Sayuri being recognized as a work of art. Let's go ruin some happiness.
Shibuya. This is Shibuya.
And we're gonna go to Akihabara as well. She's gonna be so happy. Can't wait.
Thank you.
Well, hey there, Futaba. And the boss.
Oh, man.
Hello there, Futaba. I thought you just came here to buy a video game. But, can't you feel it? All the limited editions and the gaming gear. It's the store's fault for being a one-stop shopping emporium for gamers. So, Mom. No, ma'am. Do you think I get supplemental grants without nothing but puppy dog eyes? Motion for additional funding denied. The case was dismissed. Chat? Oh, hey, look who stumbled into us. Come on, hurry up and pick something already. You want to get lunch after this, right? We can take him too now. Oh, what a thoughtful gentleman. Hear that, Futaba? Sujiro's gonna treat us all to lunch. You know it's a dream now. Hey, don't go putting words in my...
Really?
Really? Then it's back to LeBlanc. People, it's curry time. You eat that all the time, though. That's because it's the best. You really can't get enough of that curry, can you, Futaba? I mean, she does have a point. Thanks for the glowing review. Three of them are all smiling at each other. Yeah, let's stop that. It seems this is the reality that Futaba wished for. Sounds good, chat. I know you know how awesome Sujiro's curry is. Goes great with his coffee. It's his most cherished dish. Oh, that's a good one. Of course. Sujiro and Mom work together to improve its flavor, you know? And, huh? Your mother died 10 years ago. You have to move on. Isn't this like a beautiful dream? Like Randy. Oh. Well, yeah, after all, I've grown a bunch. Hey, what do you mean by that? I'll be waiting for you.
Huh?
I still don't get it. Come on, why won't you just tell me? I won't let those distorted lies deceive me anymore. What was that? Are you alright? You two are getting a little weird. Could this be a case of raging hormones? Look how serious they've both gotten.
I'm okay.
It's nothing. Let's go, Mom. The curry can't wait. Chat's still got stuff to do, I assume. We'll see ya. Hey, Futaba, just don't take off like that. She's gonna get hit by a car. Well,
Time to head home.
We're gonna head on back. Come by for some grub when you're done with whatever you're doing. Oh, I'm just here to break some families. This is what hanging out with the Keshi does to a MF. This is great. It's fantastic.
It's me. I've uncovered a few things in my investigation this week, so I thought I'd share my findings with you.
Let's go, best bro. By all means.
First, regarding Maruki himself, he's been researching the treatment of patients through changes in their cognitions since his college years. You already knew about that, correct?
Pretty much, he told me himself.
Maruki's work apparently had enough investors that he was planning to break ground on a research facility somewhere. And as you know, those plans never came to fruition. His funding was cut off, and his research was ended for him.
Did something happen?
It's probable. However, we can't be certain of the reason why, at least with our current understanding. What was the purpose of his research into cognitive science? Doesn't it feel like there's more to the story? For example, Maybe his research was stymied by someone else for their own reasons. Anyway, that's all I could dig up about Maruki's history. The only thing that's become clearer is his stance on using cognitive science. He's dead serious about saving people. He distorted reality itself to make his dream come true. I can only imagine how delighted he is right now. That reminds me. There was one more thing I wanted to tell you about the reality Maruki's put us in. It seems that Kumara and Wakaba are both considered alive by all accounts.
What do you mean?
They aren't mere illusions or cognitive beings. They truly are alive and existing in this world. In fact, their deaths seem to have never taken place at all in this reality.
And the Phantom Thieves? What happened to Shido?
Shido was the only one arrested on the crime of attempting to overthrow the government. It seems the Phantom Thieves were causing a stir in this society as well. But there's no record of your arrest now. Basically, in this reality, you and I haven't committed any crimes. I don't understand how Maruki was able to distort reality to such extremes. But at the very least, he was being honest when he told us that he'd make such revisions, and rather convenient ones.
Are you a fan so far? What do you make of it?
Remaining in this Maruki revised reality means living under his thumb forever. And I refuse to live like that. I'll be the one to choose my path.
Now, I'm pretty sure Akeshi would say, I'll be the one to carve my path, kill through my path.
That's how I've lived up to now. And it's going to continue from here till the end. But what about you? You saw them for yourself, didn't you? Your friends seem to have taken a liking to Maruki's version of reality. Don't tell me you've changed your mind after seeing them.
Don't worry about it. I've destroyed their dreams.
I pray your answer doesn't change when we face Maruki tomorrow. That takes care of the info I wanted to share. See you soon.
Are you going somewhere tomorrow?
Oh, hey, Morgana. Oidaba. Akeshi.
With Akechi? You guys are really hitting it off lately. Of course, that's not a bad thing. Hey, so, about what you said before, you know, that stuff about my happiness? Sorry, it's nothing. Good night.
You want a pillow, man? I don't want peace. I want problems, always.
So, you came.
Of course.
Based on the look in your eyes, I'm guessing your friends aren't going to be of any use to us.
I'm sure they'll come around.
Oh, yes. Because I'm sure you're all just as close as you were before reality was changed. Well, there's no point in griping about it out here. Are you ready? As I mentioned yesterday, it's quite likely that we'll have to confront Maruki physically. If you're not prepared for such a contingency, then please go and take care of your affairs as quickly as possible.
Can we go buy some stuff?
I should write something.
Oh, we can buy some stuff.
Sheesh. All right. I guess that's fine. Okay. Sounds good. Although these knives are just replicas, I still get worried when I see high school kids checking them out. All right, which one? That one. Take your time.
I don't need weapons.
Sounds good.
Let's be real here. We don't need weapons.
All right, which one? Okay.
But armor, maybe.
Sounds good.
No, this armor sucks.
All right, which one? Whether you're a soldier or an amateur, your state of mind is key. You change your mind?
Well,
Happy New Year.
that's fine, I guess. I see. Oh, forgot to eat yesterday. Oh, sorry, I'm just talking to myself. Well, which do you want?
Okay, let's
People can get medicine whenever they want here in Japan. There aren't many countries like that.
revive all fallen allies.
You want that one?
This might be
you
something
go.
that might save our ass.
That should work. Thanks. You want that one? Here you go. That should work. Thanks. You want that one? Here you go. That should work. Thanks. You want that one?
All
There
right,
you go.
it should be enough.
Take care.
Let's do it.
How about this? How about this? Now, let us depart. Excuse me, is, Whoa. Hey guys.
Looks like we've all had the same idea.
Are you here to speak with him as well?
Kinda. So, he's not here?
He left around noon. Said he was meeting up with Akechi.
Sojiro said if we need to talk about stuff, we can use this place for a while.
Cool.
You know, he asked me the other day. Something along the lines of whether or not I'm okay with how things are. At first I didn't know what he was talking about, but as he kept going, his words started making my chest feel all tight.
I know what you mean. And ever since then, it's like something isn't right in my heart anymore.
I have no complaints about my current life. On the contrary, in fact. I am truly happy with it. So, in that case, what is this inkling of a feeling I have deep in my soul?
Oh, that's just self-sabotage? You'll get used to it.
Damn it. I'm so bad at figuring out this sort of stuff. Hey, do you think maybe we're all running away from something super important? I've been kind of wondering for a while now. Maybe the reason his words hurt so much is because he's right. But I was too scared to admit that for some reason. That's why I pretended I didn't understand what he meant.
When I was speaking with him, I felt like I caught a glimpse of this mysterious sight. Something that shouldn't have happened, but still, I felt like I shouldn't turn away from it.
Same here.
And myself as well. It seems that we really have lost sight of something precious to us after all.
That might be, but I'm so scared to remember what it is. If I remember that, I feel like my life as I know it is gonna end.
Oh, Futaba.
But even still, I don't want to feel this way anymore either. Me too.
Guess that's it, huh? He was trying to tell us all something important, and I bet he's probably still working on it somewhere. Ain't no way I'm gonna bail on him just so I can keep running from whatever it is.
When I had that strange experience you all mentioned, I saw him and the rest of us there together. I want to believe the connection we share here is a genuine one.
Well, I know if we don't do something soon, we're gonna lose our connection with him. Don't ask how I know. It just feels like the truth to me.
I admit I am happy right now, but I just can't accept the situation as it is. I'm done with trying to escape my problems.
Huh?
What? The veil shattered.
Well,
Let's figure out where Maruki is first. I don't want to waste any time wandering about aimlessly. We encountered an information guide after going up that elevator. If he intends to welcome us in so graciously, perhaps we'll come across another guide soon. Before I forget, I suspect the battles are going to get even tougher from here on out due to our lack of manpower.
if I must.
Focusing on our own abilities is fine and all, but depending on the situation, it'll be more efficient to team up. The combination move we pulled off before, it wasn't half bad.
All right. Sit.
Of course, that all depends on whether or not you can keep up with me. Oh,
I'll just
Akechi,
add this.
you're so psycho. I noticed that I can't summon personas. No treasure. I think it was somewhere around here. VIP patients identified. We will now begin the grand tour. The auditorium is now open. The Masters awaits you there with the patient you seek. Please enter through the door on the left-hand side of the entrance hall. Just as I thought, they're politely informing us of their location. Igor and Lavenza were Danny Delito'd from this world by Maruki. Okay. Danny Delito'd.
I'll reveal your true form. Trash. He didn't see us at all. Persona!
Gatamachia!
Joker got a 2-for-1 deal there.
All right, let's do an all-out attack.
Aren't you the leader? Need this? What a lovely sight. Now let's have some fun. Let's show them our real power. Well. How should we kill off the last one?
Chill, bro.
What a letdown. We didn't even break a sweat. Okay. We had room to spare.
Well, in this reality, he's not a criminal.
I'm getting all misty.
Right? He's technically one of the good guys. Definitely feels like some shoe should have dropped before the whole rebellion thing. Yeah, I guess.
I'll reveal your true form.
Yeah, that's in the regular reality that he's a criminal, but not in this one.
They're weaker than we are, and particularly weak to wind.
Yeah, he mind wiped the murders.
I'll break them. Persona! I missed. Really?
Oh, thanks.
That one was too easy to knock down. To me, Loki! That one was too easy to knock down. Now let's have some fun. It's killing time again.
It's killing time.
Okay.
It's a bit.
It seems they were not a very formidable opponent.
He's a bit unhinged. The actor is really chewing up the scenery. That's fine. Good guy, by the way.
I'm sensing. It's a safe.
Let's do it.
Like, very campy works if not everyone's. Like, if you only have like one, then it works really well. If there's too much campy, then it drowns out. What are you doing? Oh, sorry. Jeez.
You did it.
Perfectly normal, just like me. For real. There's no doubt that Maruki is up ahead. Make sure you're ready. The auditorium.
Thank you for coming.
Did you do something to her?
She's only sleeping. I've never had any intention of hurting her. Once her inner turmoil begins to settle, I'll have her remember her life as she wishes to live it.
The life that she wishes for, huh? Call it what you like. You're merely brainwashing people for your own satisfaction.
You tell him, Akeshi.
I'm wholly aware that some will interpret my acts that way. But if that self-satisfaction leads to the happiness of thousands of others, don't you agree that outcome is for the best? If I understand correctly, you went and checked in on your friends this past week. This reality is the one that they all wished for. Did any of them seem troubled by that fact?
Ah, you're still jumping the gun with this. I'm trying my best so I don't get laughed off the team by you. Loft.
This reality is the true reality. All you have to do is recognize it as such.
Hey there, Shen.
Once you do, you'll be just as happy as they are. Didn't you see it yourselves? Your friends don't just want to live these lives. They want you to choose this reality for yourselves and live happily too.
This reality. I was so sad when she transferred for her parents' jobs, but all's well that ends well. Thanks to my sensei's patronage, each day also brings me closer to painting such an impactful work.
Please, I want you to understand, for their sake, as well as yours.
I'm just so thrilled for him. It's like he's finally getting the recognition he deserves. Really? Then it's back to LeBlanc. People, it's curry time. Oh, Father, is that jealousy I'm detecting? My friends want to stay in this reality. It doesn't seem right. I got captured in Kamoshido's palace. That's when I met you guys. When we'd go to Mementos, I'd transform into a... But is that really true?
Well, it's time.
If I accept Maruki's offer, my friends and I will be able to live happily in this reality he's created, or so he says. If we stay in this world, we could really lead happy lives, free from pain and suffering. But our memories will be distorted to allow for the new circumstances. There's probably no way to avoid that.
For the sake of Yoshizawa-san and the rest of your friends, I ask you to give me your answer.
Can't accept this reality. I reject this reality.
Huh?
Nani?
Negotiations seem to have broken down.
Lavenza.
I see. It seems we still haven't reached an understanding.
No. You're not serious, right? Please. I'm begging you, Senpai. Please let me live as Kasumi.
No! This isn't healthy!
But why? This pain is too much. Why can't I just leave it behind me?
It's literally Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Literally this.
Kasumi is gone forever. And it's all Sumire's fault.
You're looking a little unhinged there, Yoshizawa.
I can't live that kind of life.
I'm gonna fight her!
Please, don't try to stop me.
Well,
If you do, then I'll...
this was an FFTA too, that's true. Don't do this.
How stubborn. No matter what you say to her, I doubt she'll understand. I don't think we have a choice in the matter here. I could take care of it for you right now. But you'd prefer her to leave here alive, right?
Akeshi, dude, you know her.
Just hurry up and end this.
Please, don't make me do this. I can't stop this. I refuse to live as Kasumi's killer. Sondrian!
Well, you ain't gonna kill me with that. Nekaravia! One day.
Lucifer! All right.
Please don't do this to me.
I wonder if we gotta defeat her or just like, you know, like in Final Fantasy IV, where you just let the timer go by to become a paladin.
Persona!
Dazzler, but I hardly know her.
Why won't you give up?
Persona! Izanagi no Okami Pikaro! Not that.
Please don't do this to me.
Do we have to?
Persona!
I think we gotta beat her, but I'm not sure.
It's time. Lucifer!
No! Sondrian!
Persona!
Show her the truth. Oh, that's a good one.
Please don't do this to me.
We'll hit her with the Persona 4 special.
Persona! Izanagi no Okami Pikaro!
Why?
Oh, thunderstorm again.
Looks like you lost.
Why?
Our fight's over.
Senpai. No. I can't. I can't go back to being Sumire.
You don't have a choice.
You saw it all for yourself, Senpai. It's my own fault that my sisters... Why don't you understand? Please.
I beg you.
Yoshizawa-san. I can give you strength, so you don't have to suffer.
Doctor.
Tell me, if you want your pain to end,
Turn off my cringe
and
inhibitors.
desire to live as Kasumi, I'll actualize it!
Tentacles! Again?
Did he? Sadly, she has lost sight of herself. She's in pain. Now, be her guide, and together, escape from the nightmare!
The song!
No, I can't. I don't want to go back to my life in cinders ever again.
What the hell? This so-called kindness of his disgusts me. Let's do this quick.
Hey there, Kaladin.
I refuse to go back. I'm happy here. This is where I belong.
I'll rescue you. The only way I know how.
It's gone totally berserk. We need to stop her persona.
I'll take that.
It ate the smaller one? What a pain. We'll have to beat it before it heals itself again.
I wonder if that's her evolved persona.
Persona!
No, probably not. Yeah.
All will be revealed. I'll break them.
For my joy. What?
Let's go. Lucifer!
Why are there tentacles? Yeah, because I can't stop playing porn games, it seems.
Manifest!
Stop! I'll take that.
Hey! That's not fair.
Persona! Izanagi no Okami Pikaro! Fear my power! Persona!
Stop!
Damn it! There's no end to this. Just what the hell is this thing?
I refuse to return. I will never go back to being such pathetic, soot-coated garbage!
You can't tell? It's her refusal to accept the truth.
Oh no, she's delusional.
We can't afford to waste time on this shit! Here it comes!
I don't think so.
Boy's voice. It's a boy.
Damn it, Skull. I told you not to rush in by yourself like that. At least it seemed to work out in our favor.
The boys. I knew you'd be here.
Our apologies for making you wait so long.
Is that
Akechi-kun and Dr. Maruki?
Yoshizawa's trapped by... Why is her persona doing this? What in the world is going on here?
So much of this shit makes no sense, but we'll cover it later. We've got to stop her first.
Oh, the vocals are here.
All right, let's get in formation. Okay, guys, leave the navigation to me. Let's push him back.
Unbelievable. Why did they come here?
I won't hold back!
Crow's got some moves.
Let's go. By the myriad truths. Persona.
Wrecked him.
That should do.
Oh boy, sure hope I don't lose my connection.
Switching it to the front line.
Let's get our homie.
Sorry.
I'll take the 4.
Holy cow. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but
Down. He needs cover.
Persona. All will be revealed.
yeah, it is. The storm is literally above me.
Payback time.
I'll break them. That should do.
Persona. How's this?
This is my other self.
It's been a while since we played against the storm, though. We haven't seen the new fox creatures. I don't know if that's that's any good.
It's time. By the myriad truths.
None will stand in my way.
All right, let's use some items here.
Persona. Astarte.
Oh,
Can you go
Here
and
goes.
on to the next?
let's hit him with the truth.
All will be revealed.
Gee.
It looks like it's working. Just hang in there a little longer.
Let's end
Oh no!
Let's go. Settle down. You stand before our princess.
You shall not suffer. Not for long.
She's gonna get nothing personneled.
Sword.
I can hear them. The bells of midnight are tolling. Now, my dream won't be. The clock strikes midnight.
Oh, just before the song.
Yoshizawa-san!
You've all... I can't believe you've thrown away your happiness just to come here and how? It's impossible.
You're Dr. Maruki, right?
That's right. More importantly, why are...
Dude, what the hell's Doc doing inside a palace? He's ruling this palace, is what he's doing.
Keshi's no time.
What? Not only that, he's the one who's generated this whole distorted reality. Isn't that right, Maruki-san?
All of this was done for your own joy.
Our joy.
That's right. I only wanted to grant your wishes. Each and every one.
Wait, you what? What do you mean? We never wished for anything like that.
Is that really true?
Huh?
No, never mind. So, you all intend to deny the reality I've created for you. If you want to fight me, then so be it. If you plan on changing my heart, that's fine too. But before that, I think there's still room for discussion here. Also, I believe taking care of Yoshizawa-san is more important than settling this issue right now.
Planning to run again?
We can get back to fighting if that's what you really want. but I think you're rather exhausted at the moment.
Yoshizawa-san!
There's still time. February 3rd. I'll hear your final decision on the 3rd. If your views can't align with mine by then, we'll have no other choice but a physical altercation. As much as I would loathe that, I still can't give up what I've started. What I swore I'd do. On the day I lost everything that mattered to me.
I've lost his reading.
I want to pursue him, but I doubt that's even possible right now.
Let's get out of here. Yoshizawa's gotta rest anyway.
I'm still just as shocked as I was when we first came here. The navigators returned to our devices. A palace is visible in our own reality.
Does this mean reality's broken right now or something? Something to do with Dr. Maruki anyway.
Hey, how much do you already know about this stuff?
I should tell him what I know so far. Hey, where's Akeshi?
So Dr. Maruki... he altered our reality to make our dreams come true?
This is all too much for me to handle at once.
Apologies for the interruption. Mind if I interject? That's right, Akechi. There's no reason to be defensive. Had I wished to kill you all, I would have simply done so already.
Oh, calm down. We trashed your ass, buddy, all right? Cool it.
So you're not here to fight us?
I've already put our feud behind me. Not only that. Since he and I both refuse to accept reality as Maruki sees fit to make it, we currently have the same goal.
So what you're saying is you're using him.
What about the rest of you? Considering how you were all living your ideal lives in that other reality, until you decided to come here. Maruki seems to be telling the truth about taking your happiness into consideration. While his heart is distorted, he is quite different from the adults whose hearts you've changed so far. Now that you know his intentions, I'm most interested in learning whether you still plan on fighting him or not.
What do you mean?
I'm up against someone with the power to distort reality as we know it. The more allies on my side, the better. If we all share the same goal, shouldn't we join forces and improve our odds? I'll be going now. Be sure to consider my point. Hey! Hey! Jeez.
Yoshizawa, are you alright?
Are you okay?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry that I caused you all so much trouble.
No, you don't need to apologize.
We should probably go our separate ways for now and discuss it at a better time.
Yeah, tomorrow we can... Oh yeah, third semester's starting up tomorrow, right?
But we're going to school?
I guess we're going back to school, huh?
Oh, I guess we are.
We still don't have any idea what we want to do from here on out, though.
We've got time. Maruki said he'll wait until February 3rd before... Let's really think it over before making our decision.
Wait, what do you mean, our decision? You can't be serious, guys, right?
Yo, welcome back. Didn't know you guys were out together. Wait, what's wrong, Futaba?
Hey, Sojiro? Is Mom?
Mom? You mean Wakaba? Well, what about her?
Nah, it's nothing. It's just I happen to remember something about her, that's all.
I see. Okay, then. You know, I caught myself thinking about her earlier, too. Odd coincidence, huh?
Oh, no!
Well, I'm gonna head home for the night. How about you, Futaba?
I'm gonna stick around a bit longer.
I see. Don't stay out too late, all right?
Oh, look at that smile.
The place is all yours.
Dude. No. We're going out with Red.
You've got school tomorrow, too, so get to bed at a reasonable time.
I think we've got one more stream, and then we're ending it.
Mom really is gone again. Sojiro sees it that way too now. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you what happened before we came to rescue you. We all ended up here at the same time after you left for Odaiba.
What was that?
Wait, you're...
What the? Oh yeah, that's right. Why were you human, Mona?
Yeah! You're supposed to be a cat!
I am not a... Oh, wait. Yeah, I guess I am a cat.
How did we never realize?
You know, we've got more important things to do than sit around here and figure out what happened to us.
That's right!
You said he was headed to Odaiba, correct? And with Akechi-kun?
We need to find them!
Once we got to Odaiba, we spotted the palace. You know how the rest goes. You were fighting this whole time, weren't you? While I was just bumming around town without a care. I'm sorry. Deep down, I always suspected something strange was happening. Something wrong. But being with my mom was so much fun, I stopped trying to figure it out. But I totally snapped out of it thanks to you. I'm all good now.
It's okay if this is painful.
Yep, no worries. I'm fine. With... School's tomorrow, right?
Oh,
You better not stay
no.
up late. You might end up oversleeping.
Oh no. Crushed the poor girl's heart.
We've all been through too much today. Let's try to get some sleep.
Well, you got something to say? You were quite the looker. You gone cat again. What do we say?
What?
Look who you're talking about. Can I be anything else? Sheesh. All this trouble with Yoshizawa and Maruki. We've got nothing but problems right now.
Yep.
But for now, we should all meet up at the hideout. We gotta recap the situation and hold a strategy meeting. I've been trying to wrap my head around all of this, and it's just not happening. I can't think straight at all. I can hardly blame you. I'm still so confused myself. Either way, I think we've all earned a bit of rest. A good night's sleep will help us all calm down. You're right. Certainly, the combat has us tired out as well. We could all use some time to decompress. And on that note, good night. Well, we're gonna need some time to figure all this out. Either way, we can think about this tomorrow. For now, we should sleep.
I should write
And
something.
I think we will call it there for tonight.
Hey!
Let's save the plan.
Oh.
We will call it there for tonight. We're going to continue tomorrow. Probably finish it tomorrow. And
I'll just add this.
yeah, don't forget we got another stream in 2 hours. We're going to be continuing Elden Ring. So tune in if you're interested. And if not, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.